Shalom Aleichem, beautiful Chevra. So Chazde Hashem, we were zeicher to have this webinar for Pilzno Work Inspired Work-Life Rhythm. I'd like to add another nakuda here, something that we touched upon within the webinar and something that we'll look deeper in the Chabura. And I happened to write a book on this a number of years ago, about 2015. I wrote a book on this. And it's a very important point, and I feel it to be very helpful. And I've seen it to be a way of really just opening up a conversation that's really so needed today. And that is the difference between what we call monotasking and multitasking. So in the Chabura, we go through the science as well as the Makoros, really showing that multitasking can be used in, though, very specific times and places by choice. And really the best way to get something done is by monotasking. What is monotasking? Monotasking is doing one thing at a time. Multitasking is doing more than one thing at a time. Multi and mono. What could that look like? So first of all, people, however long ago, came up with this idea that we can multitask. But the science shows, the data shows that number one, we don't multitask. There's no such thing as doing two things at once. As Rabbi Nachman and others point out, you can only hold one thought at a time. So actually what one is in fact doing when multitasking is moving between two different exercises, two different things, and that takes time. It takes time to shift. There's transitioning. And it takes time. So actually we wear ourselves out. When people think in the typical language of multitasking, I'm going to do more than one thing at a time. So it actually takes a lot of pressure, takes tension to do such a thing, and we wear ourselves out. Because we're not doing two things at once. We're doing one thing and then rapidly moving to another thing. We're switching to another thing. That's something to think about. Again, there is a place where we could use that. We'll speak about that in a minute. Monotasking is very much to do with being present and choosing to do what you are going to do mindfully. So in this book that we wrote, I spoke about the nakuda of das and Kavanah. Das is being present, and Kavanah is focusing your thought. So what that would look like is you have a number of things that you are going to do today, and you transition between them. And in your transitioning, what it would be experienced as, first I become present, I'm now present, and I'm choosing to do this. So I may say, okay, I'm going to now become present. I've got my little piece of paper actually on the table here, where I have here the things that I need to do, and in my transitioning, I've got to become present and choose. So become present, Kavanah, Bechira. So I stop, I become present, I feel the ground under my feet, and I use my Kavanah. I'm now going to do this, and I'm going to choose to do this. What that does for you and what that does to you, it actually makes you a lot more productive. And again, the science is very real with this and makes you a lot more productive. So this idea of monotasking, this idea of transitioning properly from one activity to another activity, transitioning when you can get into a state of das, you could become present, feel the ground under your feet, look around. We call this das tachtoin chitzoni, look around. Das tachtoin pnimi, where am I inside? Okay, what am I going to do? Kavanah, what am I going to do now? This is what I'm going to do. And bechira, beicha, I choose to do this. What starts to happen is that you become a lot more productive. You become a lot more productive. You end up having a lot more energy. And at the end of the day, because you are more conscious, you actually compound all those wins. You compound all those wins. And it's really, really superb. Really superb. Now, what is this idea of multitasking? Well, you can choose to sit and relax, and you could read a sefer, and you could play music at the same time. You can choose in your life where you wish to do more than one thing at a time. So I may go for a walk, I may go for a run. People know in the world of, in our community, in the Pilzno community, physical health is very important. So you may go for a run. And when you are going for that run, you may listen to a shir as well. So that's multitasking. It's not really multitasking, it's just doing two things at once that you can get away with it. You can run. And if a person doesn't like running, then they have something to occupy them. And then they have the ability to exercise and run and listen to something that they like to listen to. This is the idea of multitasking. So you can choose. In majority of the areas of our life that we wish to make rich and meaningful, monotask. Das, Kavanah, Bechira. And in other areas, say you don't like to do something, you could multitask. You could do something with it to make it sweeter, or you could just do the running and the shir at the same time to get both of them done, and that works. So we'll speak more about this within the Chabura, but this is just an idea that I wanted to share with you. Be'ezras Hashem, you should go from strength to strength. The links for the Chaburas somewhere here, and mamash, we should live well. We should know where to multitask, where to monotask, and feel good. L'chaim tovim u'l'shalom.